Alright, what's going on, chumps? Today we're going to be changing out the clutch on the Acura RSX. It's been having some problems, hasn't been on the channel recently. So, yeah, it's going to be a long day. So, I don't know how long this video is going to be. Hopefully not that long. But, got a new camera, so shout out that. And, yeah. So, we're going to start by taking out the battery and, as well as the intake. Get a lot of things out of the engine bay. And, from there, we're just gonna see what all needs to be taken out. All right, so we got a lot of the stuff out of the engine bay now. Took the battery out, the intake, a lot of that stuff has been taken out just to free up room. So now we're gonna unplug everything that connects to the transmission. So all the connectors here and here, and then the ground wire here. It was only kind of difficult because a lot of these bolts are rusty as shit. And look at the battery tray, and that bitch was not happy to be taken out. Some of the bolts we need to use an extractor for just because how rusty it was. So, you know, it's just Wisconsin stuff. It ain't really that bad once it's not so rusty, but kind of is what it is. Yeah, I mean, you can see the subframe is really rusty too, so that'd be fun taking out. Trying not to get tetanus. So we got mainly everything off the top side of the car that's connected to the subframe. So now actually he just helped me loose up the subframe bolts because they're, you know, Wisconsin shit. You could strip them fuckers. So now I'm gonna be unbolting the motor mounts. So we got, where are they? I just lost them. One right here, where the red thing is. It's hard to see. It's right there. Right there. And then we got one right here. And then it's one step close. Oh my god, focus, hello. One step closer to the fucking mixed subframe being nicked down. So we got everything disconnected, both ball ends, fucking whatever, ball joints, and then hub bolts are off. So now that's all we gotta do is lower it down, he said, and then get jack stands to hold up the frame. And then yeah, we're only using two then.
No, you have to do all four.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Right here.
Okay.
We need to have enough room to get this bolt out.
Right. Okay.
Actually, it'd probably be better to put it on this round portion right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like kind of close to here.
So.
They all have to be even.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then all those 4.
Yeah, you just zip them straight out.
Sweet. Let me know.
You're good. Keep going. We'll just go until your hood's pretty close.
So we had to remove the sway bar end links because it was attached and it was getting caught up on the header, so it wasn't letting it drop, and then it got a little sticky by the rear engine mount. That's about it. So.
So basically just put this here, you hold the axle up, pop it out. The only thing that holds it in here is that little snap ring.
Okay. So we are very close to dropping the trans out. We just took out the trans mount. So everything is unbolted now. There's just 1 or 2 bolts left. We got one that is, hold on, zooming in. I'm zooming right there. And then we got one towards the bottom here that was being suspect. So we're gonna take it out now. These 2 bolts, that's it. And then the trans will be ready to be dropped. And then yeah, it'll be fucking clutch city from here.
So the pressure plate and that are 2 pieces. So to avoid having to have the pressure plate fall on the ground, that will hold the plate. This thing you slide straight out.
It's still bolted in by that 1/2 bolt. Take that one off.
Yeah, you gotta unscrew that, and then you're gonna want to hold that plate up with the other hand. It's gonna fall on the ground, unless it's like really stuck, but it should pop right off. There's a couple dowel pins, so you just have to rock it back and forth maybe a little bit. Well, the disc came with it anyways. Usually the disc isn't stuck to the thing.
That's pretty bad.
Not really, no. I mean, this is all friction material.
Yeah, there's still a lot left.
Yeah.
After 230,000 miles.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
But, I mean, no, that's just dust. As I say, this thing might have hot spots.
Looks like a rotor.
I think the whole problem was the throw bearing.
Hauser. Not really good way of grabbing it.
Yeah, that thing is not in that bad a shape. Like I said, the clutch looks fucking really good too.
For what I would expect from me learning on this too. I mean,
it's obviously used, but it's not.
I was expecting way less material than that.
So when it worn out, the only thing that's left is that thin metal sheet on the inside.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not 100% worn out, but it's getting to the point where it's.
And for how much the kit costs, it's almost worth just.
Yeah. So.
230,000? 0. That's pretty crazy. Alright, so we got the clutch off. You guys did see a difference. It's a pretty big difference. Throwout bearing was definitely the main issue. But yeah, we're going to throw everything back in, clean everything up, and throw everything in. And then we'll be good to go. And the flywheel is all in and torqued 90 foot-pounds, all these 8 bolts down here. And then make sure obviously the surface is clean, as you don't want stuff rubbing on there that's not supposed to be on there. And then yeah. Alright, so we just put in the clutch disc and the pressure plate now. All you do is use this dowel here to align the clutch disc with the pressure plate, and then that'll obviously align with the trans. So yeah, we torqued it down. It's 19 foot-pounds. The pressure plate is 19 foot-pounds. That holds on the clutch disc. So as you saw, these are all the parts that we had in the beginning. They're actually, according to my brother, not very bad wear. I expected it honestly to be a lot worse, but I've never seen something like this ever. So that's that, and then obviously a throwout bearing will go in with the trans, so we'll show you guys that as well. But this is the one that was broken, so you can see the clip that holds it in to the fork on the trans. The actually clip broke, so that could be causing all these issues to begin with. So now here is the new throwout bearing in the trans with the patridges or whatever, with the grease, and this is the fork that pushes it. So when you hit the clutch lever or the clutch pedal, the fork moves this, and this engages the throwout bearing. Throwout bearing engages everything else in the clutch. So yeah, that could have been the issue all along. Well, obviously the only thing that was broken. Everything else looked just fine. Yeah, as you can see, it's all in now, so it's all torqued down, and we're putting in the trans now. Update. We got the trans in and all the bolts, most of them, and then I think we're done for today. Tomorrow I'll put the subframe back in, all that jazz. So yeah. All right, so it's the next day. We're pretty close to finishing. All we gotta do now is put the subframe in, a few extra motor mounts, all that stuff. All the starter we gotta get put back in, and then after that we just connect the clutch lines, and then we'll be ready to go. All right, so sorry about the lack of clips, but we got everything back in. Yeah, everything's in. All the gears work. We're all good. So we're gonna be giving you updates as we go along, but we're gonna drive it out the garage here in just momentarily. So we'll see how that goes. It's back, motherfucker. Oh, motherfuckers. So, to recap pretty much the video, we got the clutch all in, all situated. So now we're kind of in the break-in period. I kind of want to talk about a few things I didn't get to talk to earlier because we were a little bit of a time crunch. So I apologize again about the footage. We didn't get a whole lot of footage as we were kind of in a time crunch. So, clutch is in, and as you guys saw, the main culprit for why the clutch was failing at 237,000 miles was the throwout bearing. So the throwout bearing, one of the clips broke on the throwout bearing, which wasn't engaging the clutch correctly, causing all the problems with the slave and master cylinder. So if you guys are new, we have replaced, so far I've replaced 2 clutch master cylinders and then 1 slave cylinder recently, and still it ends up just either breaking it or leaking out fluid. So we knew something was wrong with the clutch or throwout bearing, and if we're going to have the whole thing apart, trans out and all, we're going to replace everything. So as you guys saw, the clutch really wasn't in bad shape. I mean, it wasn't exactly in good shape, but for 230,000 miles, that thing was in really good shape. So as you guys can see, to me, it's crazy how clutches can last that long. But again, this is my first time doing this, so as a first timer ever taking, this is like the farthest I've ever taken anything out ever in my life. If you would have asked me 4 years ago when I got this car if I was ever going to be doing anything crazy like this, I would never have thought in a million years. So again, huge shout out to my brother. He was the brains behind this operation, and obviously without him this would have taken at least 2 weeks. So obviously huge shout out to him. He knows I'm grateful for him, so huge shout out to him. I'm not gonna sound like I know it all, like I did it all myself. I did not. It was not even close to all myself. Most of this was him and his intelligence. So again, huge shout out to him. He knows already. But you guys, just so you guys know, this was not done by just me. I'm not a one-person operation. So huge shout out to him. As far as difficulty, this is definitely not something I would do alone, let alone without proper knowledge. Something like this is pretty difficult doing by yourself. Not only is it bad because this was a Wisconsin car, so as you guys saw from a lot of the footage, a lot of these bolts are really, really rusty. A lot of them were, I don't know, just halfway apart, pretty much. So I would not recommend doing it, especially if you live in somewhere like Wisconsin, like me, where we have a lot of really bad rust issues. I mean, you guys can see the quarter panels, the fenders, everything is just fucking rusting. It's the name of the game here in Wisconsin. But you do what you got to do. Yeah, the bolts were, that was the hardest part. So once I didn't, like I said, I didn't do step by step. I didn't take bolt by bolt out and show you guys everything we did. That would have been like a 4-hour video. There actually are a lot of videos like this on YouTube showing you guys how to do it step by step. I did not have the time nor the knowledge to feel like I should do that. So I would recommend checking out some other videos if you guys are trying to do step by step. But for sure, some tips I can give you from somebody who's never done something like this before. Get somebody knowledgeable, or if you don't have if you don't have somebody knowledgeable, at least set aside at least a week and a half of time. The hardest part is honestly, if you break something, you got to get a new part for it. Like if you break a bolt, you got to get a new bolt for it, and not everybody has every bolt on demand. Let alone some of the tools you need are very special. Like you need some special tooling that the average person wouldn't have in a toolbox. So again, make sure you do your research. Don't step into something if you don't know what you're doing. And also just try it. You know, you're never gonna know what the hell you're able to accomplish if you don't try it. But like I said, without him, this would not have been possible at all. So again, huge shout out to him. He knows. And as far as time, we started at around, I don't know, 11 a.m. On Saturday, and it is currently around 1 p.m. on Sunday. And we worked about, I don't know, until about 6 or so. So it was about 8 hours yesterday, and then, voice correct, about 8 hours yesterday, and then about 3 hours today. So it was total maybe about 10-hour job or so. So you can easily do this in a day and a half. Like I said, he was the brains behind this. If it wasn't for him, this would have taken me at least a good week of just time. But like I said, doing this alone is not something I'd recommend. Taking the trans out is not exactly the easiest thing you can do. There are definitely harder things. This is a Honda. It's fucking awesome. It's like building Legos. So for the most part, you'll have nothing but whatever. You won't have any problems. But yeah, like I said, the hardest part was all the rust under here. I mean, the subframe was rusted to shit, but to be expected from a car that's lived its entire life in Wisconsin. It has 230,000 miles on it. So yeah, when I picked up this car, it had 180,000 miles for my brother. So my brother, one helping me, was actually the one who also owned it before me. So when he had it, and then I got it, it had 180 something thousand miles on it. Now it's got 200. It just ran over 237,000 miles, which to me is absolutely crazy. I've owned it for a little less than 4 years. And yeah, it's just been an amazing car. Very, very reliable. And I really had no problems with it other than the whole clutch thing, which just happened. And to be thankful, if that's the only problem we've really mainly had, it's been crazy. And I'll be honest with you, this has kind of been a crazy journey already. The whole channel kind of has been doing very good. I appreciate both of you guys for being here, and I appreciate you guys stopping by and watch the video. If you guys do have questions, I will do my best to answer them. If you guys are looking for a more detailed guide, don't worry. I will be removing the clutch and transmission from the red RSX. So if you guys are new around here, I have 2 RSXs. I own this one. This one is rusty AF, all been its life in Wisconsin. The red RSX is a car that I picked up from Tampa, Florida. So that car will be getting a new clutch as well as a K24. So be on the lookout for that. Other than that, we're gonna have a lot of videos in the future with this car because I'm glad it's back. I missed this thing a fuck ton. So yeah, be on the lookout for more videos like that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, motherfuckers. Have a good one.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get it.